Okay, we're starting Chapter 6, Ratios and Unit Rates. Definition of a ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. So we're going to be comparing things by dividing. Ratios can be written in several different ways. You can write it as 10 to 15, 10 semicolon 15, or 10 divided by 15 as a fraction. Now the rate is a ratio that compares quantities of different units. So some examples of common things for rates would be miles per hour, how many feet you can walk per second, things like that. And a unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. And we use like that in gas mileage. I got 25 miles to the gallon. A unit price, it costs, cereal costs 35 cents per ounce. Or speed, we are going 62 miles per hour we averaged. So we're going to use these right here as we do our problems. The problems are going to be on page 290. We're going to be doing 1 through 25. So here's some examples. Number 1, it says I want to reduce this. So the first thing I need to do is realize this is 9 to 27, which in fractional form is 9 over 27. I can reduce that by recognizing 9 is 3 times 3, and 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. So now I cancel out the 3's, and I'm left with 1/3. So my answer for number 1, reducing 9/27 to 1/3. Number 8, 8 out of 11. Simplest terms, I write it as 8 over 11, and I'm done. Because 11's a prime number, nothing divides into that. The next one, number 10, it says we have 98 homes, 98 in 100 homes have a TV. That means you have 98, the first number is the top, the numerator, second number is the bottom. So I recognize that 2 goes into both those, so I end up with a fraction of 49 over 50 when I reduce the 2's. Okay, some more examples are on the next page. Okay, we start with number 13. It says, a skydiver falls 144 feet in 3 seconds. So I write that this is a rate. I write 144 feet over 3 seconds. There's a 3 that divides out of both those. I end up with 48 feet over 1, which is 48 feet per second. I canceled out the 3's here. Okay, the next one we have is, I want to know, it's a blank, 720 meters per day equals how many meters per minute? So this is like the science class where you have to convert. This says there's 720 meters per day and convert it to meters per minute. So I write it as 720 meters over 1 day. Now I got to get rid of days and go to minutes, so there is 1 day, and that's equal to 24 hours, right? Okay, then the next thing I realize is I got to go from hours to minutes. So in 1 hour, there's 60 minutes. So this is how I write it out. The next step, I go down here and I look and I see, well, I got to get rid of the days. I cancel out a days on the bottom, 1 on the top. I need to get rid of the hours. I cancel out an hour, cancel out an hour. So now I'm left with meters per minute, which is what I wanted to get here. Multiplying across the top, I get 720. On the bottom, I get 24 times 60. That works out to 720 meters divided by 1,400 minutes. Coming down here, 720 meters over 1,440 minutes equals, if I divide by 1, divide out my 720, I end up with 1/2. So my answer is 1/2 meter per minute. If I was going 720 meters in a day, I'm actually going 1/2 meter a minute. The last example is number 18. Now I'm going to convert 1.5 gallons per minute into quarts per hour. So I write 1.5 gallons over 1 minute. From my conversion sheet, I remember, I look and I find 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. And I also know that in time, 60 minutes equals 1 hour. Now I go down here where I've just rewritten everything, and now I see my gallons can cancel out here with the gallons here. The minute on the bottom cancels out with the minute way over here, and now I'm left with quarts per hour, which is what I want right there. So now on the top I have 1.5 times 4 times 60. And on the bottom I have 1 times 1 times 1. So just multiplying those three out, I get 360 quarts per hour. Okay? If you have any questions, you can ask, and we'll have time to work on this on Monday as well.